I am the writer of this book. My name is Betty Mitchell. Good Samaritan Ministries was asked to write a book about the evangelism of children. About a year and a half of prayer followed, and then I knew this book had to come in a certain way. We developed a team of writers and artists. We met with a significant number of children, sought their writing, their abilities, their ideas, and trained them in some of the things we were ready to present. There is much in this book that has never been said. It is enormously important for every adult to read the first book, which is for parents, teachers, and religious leaders. There is no way for us to present the evangelism of children without the profound training of those who will work among the children as their life's work. As the founder and executive director of Good Samaritan Ministries for 31 and a half years, I was a Bible teacher for 19 years in the public school system, and a Bible teacher for 38 years. I developed a ministry through teamwork, calling hundreds and thousands of Samaritans together by the Lord's grace in 39 countries. Good Samaritan Ministries has over 150 offices in the world and 3 continental training centers, 2 in Africa and 1 in Pakistan, other than the ones in Oregon and Washington, which provide the training needed to do the work of Good Samaritan. Good Samaritan Ministries has never charged for our work. The goal of Samaritans is to provide counseling, education, and development for individuals, local centers, and national development. Jerry Hooley, another writer of the books, is a wife and mother of 2 adult children. After giving swimming lessons and finding a love for teaching, she has worked with children for the past 25 years. She taught in public schools and served in children's and youth ministry. Jerry worked on the Power of Forgiveness piece of this project. It was a powerful time of understanding the love and grace of her Lord Jesus in a very personal way. Adele LaRock. Adele LaRock, 65 years old and alive for Jesus. I grew up in Illinois and did a Bachelor of Science in Education at Illinois State University. My work experience has been in elementary schools, kindergarten through 6th grade. For 19 years, I was in various positions and as a substitute teacher, classroom teacher for 1st and 2nd grades, and teacher for gifted and talented children from kindergarten through 6th grade. For 10 years, I worked part-time for Evelyn Wood Reading Program for grades 5 through 7, and was able to see the product tested and sold. I was involved with Toastmasters for 12 years and started training adults in how to present themselves for job interviews. I was raised in a cult my entire childhood, and I was severely abused. I wrote for Your Faith Will Make a Difference and Times of Terror books in this series. Juanita Swart. I'm Juanita Swart, 46 years old. I am South African and lived in and around Cape Town most of my life. I studied law and was a magistrate and prosecutor for 14 years. During 1994 to 2000, I followed my dream of being a missionary for the Lord. I was trained as a children's worker and a trainer of teachers. I ran clubs and camps for children and also had a radio program where I mainly used puppets to create stories. During this time, I also worked as a project leader in squatter camps for the church, doing fundraising and helping to organize a World Congress for tent makers. Later, I studied education to enhance my teaching skills and was a pre-primary teacher. For the last 4 years, I've been involved in teaching a Bible school, counseling, discipling women, and leading cell groups. I became involved in Good Samaritan Ministries after doing the counselor training program and volunteering. I come from a background of abuse and total rejection, but God led me to complete acceptance in Jesus Christ. I believe God is calling me to work with rejected people and help them to receive healing for brokenness by the power of the cross and the blood of the Lamb. Mary Louise Galvin. I am Mary Galvin, and I'm married and have 3 children. I grew up in Portland, Oregon. I studied early childhood education at Northeast College, Kirkland, Washington. I taught preschool for 3 years. Since my high school days, I've been involved in children's church. I love children, as I am a child at heart. My husband believes I am gifted as a writer and working with children, so now the burden of proof is on me, and I am part of this project. Mindy Giddings. I am Mindy Giddings, and I've been blessed with 3 children and a loving husband. Growing up on farms and ranches, I developed a love for animals and children. Moving to the city at the age of 18 years, I worked in restaurants and managed some restaurants. I've also been involved in outside sales. Eventually, I got back to God's creation, using my gift to teach children and adults how to ride and care for horses. I've done several summer camps and have been working with 50-plus children yearly. My husband, Colin Giddings, also tells 2 of his stories in the Good Samaritan Ministries children's book series. Other writers, Ed Markowitz, Colin Giddings, many children, Roxana Korshavy, Cindy Vashti, Carrie Houle, and Corina Galvin. The artist, Sandy Bass. Sandy Bass is an artist and writer whose life goal is to make God's presence known in this world through her art and her writing. She has worked as a professional artist for 40 years. 28 of those years were spent as the staff artist of a large church in the greater Portland area of Oregon. While on staff, she had an opportunity to work in a variety of areas, including writing and illustrating children's curriculum, as well as children's books. Sandy attended George Fox Seminary and has nearly completed the Master of Spiritual Formation program. In addition, she has done many public art projects. She frequently has one-person exhibits around the greater Northwest and has led retreats and done much public speaking on the importance of art and the creative process. Sandy coordinated the artwork of all the children. The children's artists, Joseph Anderson, Martha Anderson, Mary Anderson, Sean Asmus, Cale Fournier, Maria McClish, Miles Miller, Carissa Moline, Samantha Murphy, Sean Musaeus, Cheyenne West, Naomi Williams. Adult artists, Allison Anderson, Corina Galvin, Mark Gunderson, Carrie Houle, Karen Province, Cindy Vashti.